Welcome to Dr. Change TV. Tonight, I present to you the first of a kind, something that is 2018 years behind schedule. So far, we have had a lot of news since the beginning of times. But tonight, I present to you news to the world, inaugural. News to the world, inaugural, not news of the world. You must differentiate this. This is news to the world. So far, we've heard of news of the world or world news. We've seen focus on Africa, focus on India, focus on Asia. In news of the world, we hear of war. In news of the world, we hear of wars, crime, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, world fires like it is happening in the Cape and in California, terrorism, poverty, and hunger, etc., etc. We are made to sit down and watch the destruction of our world day in and day out. Now, in news to the world, you will hear of news fresh from the heart of God to your heart. I said, in the news to the world, you will hear of news fresh from the heart of God to yours. In news to the world, you will hear of news directed to you as a leader, as a citizen, a world citizen, as an academic, as an athlete, as a religious person or religious leader, or as a politician. You will hear news that will come straight to your heart and challenge you to action. You will hear of news that will challenge you to innovate, challenge you to invent, challenge you to dream great dreams, challenge you to fight crime, challenge you to unite, challenge you to stop the war, challenge you to raise up giants of children. You know, sometimes you watch parents holding their beloved children and leading them to the altar, but they don't even know what they are holding in their hands because they never had time to raise up their child. As you all know that today, we parents are busy in the church. We are busy with politics, holding rally after rally. We are busy studying academically for promotions at work. We are busy doing burial society meetings. We are so busy that we don't even take time to raise our children. We don't even know what size our children are, whether they are grown up to be mature children or adults or not. We don't know, as long as you are feeding them and giving them to a helper in the house to look after them. So in the news to the world, you will hear something that will stir your heart up and challenge you to sit down and make sure that you raise up giants of children and release them into the world. Now, to the 3 billion Christians all over the world, news to the world will challenge us, including myself, to rise up in this life, not after death. Isn't it many Christians, they follow Christ either for bread, fish, or life after death. Now, in the news to the world, you will be challenged as a Christian to rise up in this life and take your throne. Isn't it you are seated with Christ in heavenly places, far above all principalities and powers? That simply means that as a Christian, you have no equal on earth, either up in the heavenly places, down under the earth, or on the earth. You have no equal and you have no competition. Jesus Christ has already eliminated all the competition against you. Now, as a Christian, the news to the world will challenge you to take up your throne and reign in this life through the one Jesus Christ. Now, news to the world will awaken the Christians all over the world to understand that Christianity works here and now. Christianity works here and now. It will help Christians to understand that Christianity is responsible to stop the war, to stop HIV and AIDS. Christianity is responsible to end corruption and fraud both in public and private places. News to the world will help Christians to understand that Christianity is responsible to stop the volcanic eruptions, to stop premature death of people and leaders, to stop all the outbreaks of sicknesses and diseases, and to stop the world fires. You know, it will help you understand that you are a great leader even if you don't have a throne on the earth. Aren't you not aware that Jesus Christ, our King and our Lord, he didn't have a throne or a palace on earth, but he was living his life on the earth for 33 years, especially the last 3 years of his life as a king on the earth. So you and I will be helped through the news to the world to rise up in our lives on the earth, not in heaven, on the earth, and take the throne that Jesus has erected for you and sit on it and rule in this life through the one Jesus Christ. Somebody shout amen. Now, it works here. It will help you understand that Christianity is the light of the world. It's not the light of heaven, and it's not the light that works after death. It's the light of the world and the salt of the earth. Christianity is above anything that you can think of. It solves today's problems. It makes the world a better place for all. It makes people on the earth live life to the full and enjoy the life that Christ has provided on the cross through his death, burial, and resurrection. News to the world will help Christians understand that Christianity benefits the world now, especially through the Christians. You will understand that Christianity benefits the world now through Christians. So every Christian will be challenged to rise up and do something wherever you are, in the taxi, in the bus, in the train, in the aeroplane, at your place of work. We will not wait for Sunday morning to be Christians. We will be Christians wherever we are. Through news to the world, you will be challenged to rise up in your life and become a Christian, not become a part-time Christian. So on Sunday morning, when you close your eyes, lift up your hands and sing as if you're holding God by his garments and you're so holy and so righteous. But then Monday to Saturday, you live like a devil. Now, to my generation, continent by continent, country to country, nations, races, classes, colors, languages, and all religions, welcome to Dr. Change TV News to the World. The reader of the inaugural News to the World is none other but Gazan Philip Kungwan, aka Dr. Change, all the way from Guyana, the capital of revival and faith clinic in the whole world. Remember, Gazan Philip Kungwan, myself, I am a change agent. I am a change activist. I am an agent of transformation. I was conceived by my mother and given birth to and raised by God as an activist to change the world. I'm not here just to preach. I'm not a preacher. I am here to change the world. I'm here to inspire you to change. I'm here to help you rise up in your life and change not only your life, your community, your world, and this generation. News to the world. Be it known to all men on the earth, all over the world, that man is one, and man is of one blood and soul. Can't you see that we are but one? Let not the color of the skin divide us. Let not our languages separate us. Let not our country of birth make us enemies to each other. We must not even allow the most cruel religion. Remember, all religions are cruel. Because you see, it is only religion where you are looked into your eyes and you are told you are not qualified to be somebody. It's only in religion where you will be looked into the eyes and you are told you are fit for hell. It's only in religion where you will be looked in the eyes that you are not fit to be a child of God. You know what I mean? Religion is the most cruel institution in the whole world. And I want you to know that as we read the first news to the world, be it known to all men that around every great church, temple, or building, there are graves of men who were buried alive by the very same church where the grave is. We have killed more people than any other outbreak of disease in the world. We have told people to go to hell and help them prepare to go to hell as if hell is their own home. The time has come that men, all men, unite against the enemies of men on the earth. My enemy is your enemy, and your enemy is my enemy. What kills one brother or one man will kill all men if given opportunity. Hunger, poverty, war, terrorism, crime, shame, disappointment, and many other things. It is a pity that brother kills brother and then celebrate. What a shame that brother fails to clothe brother. What a pity. I eat and throw away food while my neighbor has nothing to eat at all, and I don't even care. Look how the rich in life live in luxury and drive by slums and shanty towns of the world, and careless who lives in them. They take their wealth and invest offshore while their neighbor has no place to stay and has nothing to eat day by day. We cannot be heartless to the man downstairs because he is our brother. I want the whole world to know, from politicians, academics, religious leaders, business leaders, that the man downstairs is our brother. We cannot ignore the man who lives under the bridge. We cannot ignore the man who lives in the shanty town. In shocks, we cannot ignore the children who have no father, no mother. In South Africa alone, there are over 4 million orphans. And nobody cares. Nobody cares. Not even the so-called Christian churches where the Holy Ghost manifests himself every service, Monday to Sunday. Not even we, the Christian leaders who go to the mountains and fast and feel the presence of God. We live in places surrounded by the poor and the dying and the hungry and the orphans of this world, where it will fear to stay in. And we don't care. The leaders don't care. The politicians don't care. The religious leaders are looking up to God, praying, and do not care. The rich and mighty pass by as if there is nothing to worry about. I'm telling you the truth. Whoever you are, wherever you are, this world is worrying. The state of men on the earth is worrying. And I want you to know there is no need for poverty. There's no need for shame. This world has enough. God created the world with enough for every man. We may be billions and billions. The world will never run out of supplies for us, because God has put in store enough for every man. The problem is some of us have taken a lot and hidden it underground. Are we not aware that when we die or pass on, we don't take provision with us? We take nothing. I've been to graveyards, I've buried many people. I've never seen anyone taking anything down to the grave. Therefore, I want us to stand up as men and unite against crime, and unite against war, and unite against fraud and corruption, and unite against terrorism, and unite against the enemies of man. We must not allow brother to kill brother and then celebrate. We must rise up as men and make sure that this world, this generation must be the only generation where man lived in peace and had full supplies, because Jesus Christ died for all men on the earth, on the cross. Therefore, it's time to live in abundance and enjoy life through the one Jesus Christ, our Lord and King, the only King in the whole world who enjoys making all his followers kings. Thank you for watching. Until next week, Tuesday, same time, same place, through Periscope, through YouTube and Facebook. And I want to thank YouTube and Facebook for giving me the opportunity to minister